Good morning. Good morning. So I was right now I'm waiting for an appointment to kick in and get started up. And I was going through my feed. I was going through my feed and I was checking out through the podcast. And it was in a podcast group. And this one guy would always come in. This one guy would always come in. He's trying to get his guess he's trying to get a podcast kicked up or whatever. And looking at the podcast, the guy, as you already seen the comment, he made a comment saying being a gentleman gets you labeled, and you get looked at a certain type of way, and you get taken, you get played out and all that other good stuff. And as I was looking at that, because March is coming around the corner, there's going to be St. Patty's, a lot of people are going to be incoherent and getting, they're going to be drinking and different stuff like that. And you're looking at the gravity of what's going on. And I'm And as I'm looking at it, I see a mixed basket of some people that are like, yeah, and then other people are like, nah. And my opinion on that is sometimes that's why I get my, talking point where I look at certain stuff. I look at what people put out there and then I, reply on my channel. And hearing them talk about that, my rebuttal is that I hear what he's trying to impose, but I'm like, no. That's far from the truth because I know a lot of gentlemen, a lot of men. One of the biggest talking points in the world right now is where are the men? Where are the men of society? If you're a man and you're out there being about your business and doing stuff, good morning, Trailer. What's going on? International chauvinist. You can only be played if you allow people to play you. I agree. I agree. Like men have standards. A gentleman will have standards. He would have guidelines. There are certain things that a gentleman we do not entertain. You can only get labeled. Say, if somebody were to say, "Well, he's lame" or X, Y, and Z, that doesn't take away from my valor or my honor as me as a man because I don't have to entertain it. I could choose to walk away, but you have to ask the question: what type of woman are you going after? Are you going after a lady? Or are you going after a tramp? And if you're going after a tramp, then of course you're going to deal with certain type of baggage because you're knowingly choosing to entertain that type of energy. This is why you're seeing certain talking points or certain groups fluctuate and grow because when I hear about the quality, I'm asking what type of quality are you looking for? That's like buying a particular type of brand of wood or paint or a certain type of thing that works. What's going on seeking my creator? If men have a certain type of standard that we want to live by, then most likely that's the type of standard that we're going to push out there. I truly do believe that. If I put out a certain type of content that I live by and I want to be pushed out there and broadcast about the energy that I want to receive, then that's what I will go by. Me, Trailer, and different other men and women, we put out a certain type of brand of content that we are men amongst men and women amongst women and men amongst women and women amongst men, where we talk and discuss certain stuff. We don't have to slander each other. We don't have to get derogatory. We can treat the women like women, and the women treat the men like men. And because we keep a certain type of standard of how we go about handling ourselves, then we don't step out of our boundaries of our labels. I don't have a problem being labeled. And I agree, Aircraft Sparky. Ev- I mean, why would you not want a standard? I never had a problem opening the door for a woman and the woman saying, "Wow, he's pathetic." Just like I only deal with certain type of women that have a certain type of quality about them that I want and that I want to see around me. Um, Again, you know what I'm saying? Uh, you got to have a standard. When you start dropping your standard, society starts to plummet and drop with it. If you knowingly want to choose or entertain certain type of derogatory or misfit behavior, then how do you call yourself a gentleman? Hmm? And see, the thing about it is having integrity. Integrity is a hard thing to keep. We're not saying that we don't fall short from our grace because everyone has that. Everyone has a primal nature about them. Men eat, sleep, and have sex. Same thing from a woman. But I don't deny my nature, but I also understand my masculinity of who I am as a man. That is my God given right and truth. You can never take that from me. And see, I try to tell that to a lot of men, and as well as there was a younger guy, and he wanted to go out on a date with a younger woman, and trying to do that, she said no. You know what I'm saying? And he had the money. He asked to borrow his parents' car, and she said no. And his friend was like, "Forget these tramps. They're not worth anything." And the guy was like, "No, she's not a tramp. She just said no, and that's fine." And in saying that, he showed his valor, regardless. Even if she turned him down, he didn't speak ill upon her. He just said, "Okay, well, it is what it is." He handled that quite manly, if I do say so myself. Me and the other older men were very proud of him how he handled that. The ill will of how his friend tried to tell him that she was a harlot, and he was like, "Wait, how did she become a harlot?" She just said no. Yeah, but these tramps are out here in the streets. We can understand that a tramp was out there in the street. He didn't find her in the streets. He found her at the library. She just said no. And the thing about it is, come to find out, the only reason why she said no was because she had a prior engagement. But the way how he handled that like a gentleman was very masculine and manly. And I said, "Young man, you will go very far in life. You will." Men are born to protect, build, provide, and create. I agree. Some people act foolish. Some people act foolishly when others won't do things for them. Yeah, he showed character. He showed character. Guess what? Now, when he goes by the library, from what he told me, she sits down by him. She talks with him. I think they're supposed to be going to I think she's supposed to be coming by to his parents' house, and they're supposed to be watching having a movie night. Very, very, very manly. And the thing about it is, a quality woman, a quality lady will recognize a quality gentleman. They will. If you want to entertain a harlot, you can't ask for quality. You can't. If you want to drop your standards for society, then that's what you get. That's what you get. Well, I get it. You're going to say, well, these women are out here being loose. Okay. Do you want a loose woman that everybody has access to? I mean, do you? Because if you think about it, from especially from the guy who wrote the statement, no offense, but when I looked at the guy's feed, all his stuff was about women, 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 calling them all kind of names. And that told me, mind you, the guy had a perm, go figure. But the guy literally, his focus was predominantly on women and what they should be doing, not on himself and on how he, as a man, can have self improvement. Listen, I'm not going to pretend I'm some Casanova. I'm not going to pretend I'm some Rico Suave, or some stuff. I've had my struggles, ups and downs, highs and lows. But one thing I understood, if I wanted to entertain the streets, then I got street quality service. If I wanted to entertain my masculinity and be a man, then that's the standard of type of woman that I demanded. He had a perm, yes. Yes, he had a perm. And so, same thing I would impose to the women. Ladies, look for a man that's about his purpose. Look for a man that has a certain type of quality or a certain type of brand that he's building or he's going after. If a man is not talking about looking for a purpose, actually talking about building, self improvement, if a man doesn't have a purpose or a certain type of quality that he's shooting for, you are probably in for a wild, dreary time. What's going on, Kane? When a when a woman is dealing with a man, or when the lady is trying to search for a man, but he doesn't have no purpose, goals, or no mindset. Key word: a gentleman has a standard, and if he has a standard, he has to work to keep up that standard. If the man is not working to keep up a certain type of standard, and you're entertaining that man, then you literally are going to get trampled on. Key word: a tramp. You're going to fall to the streets. If that's the type of access that you want to be used as, and you want to just get laid down on your back as a harlot, then that's going to be your fate. You can't ask for no more. But you can't complain about the quality of men that you're dealing with, because that's the type of men that you choose to be around. Quality women that I know are not complaining about protection and access, because they already know that because I'm a woman of quality, I am very wanted. Just a fact. They're not out here having to show themselves off, because they know by just my gifts alone, being able to cook, clean, my femininity, what I say and do, and how I actually procure myself. You know what I'm saying? I can see femininity in a woman that literally can cook and clean, dress nice, and literally go to the rifle range and shoot a gun and still say, I'm a woman. Find that very attractive and hot. I can see a lot of I can see a lot of amazing qualities in a women that literally are about their purpose. A quality woman makes the man show his standard. You don't have to believe me, but take it from the men that are in the chat that deal with quality ladies, women. A specific type of gentleman knows that he has to keep up a certain type of quality about himself to be granted access towards a woman. This is very true. So when I hear the talking points of money, most men will tell you that they didn't have to use money to gain certain access to a woman. No, they didn't have to do that. All they had to do was just be masculine in their own nature, and literally they were granted access towards a woman. I didn't have to use money to get what I want. Not with women. I was just masculine in my own right. I didn't have to, if I wanted to be vulgar and disgusting, then that was the type of woman I was trying to deal with. That was the type of woman I entertained. But I could not get mad at the quality of women that I was dealing with if that is what I was choosing to entertain. You know, I would have to contend at that, Jay, because think about it. I've been looking at stories of there's this story of this dude. He has no skin, no lips, no eyes, no eye sockets or anything. But he's a pretty good dude, pretty funny too. And who sat down beside him was she's a pretty hot girl, like a girl. I think she was going to college. Had a 4.0 GPA or 3.0, I forgot. But the thing about it was he had a quality fiance. Granted, this man has no skin. This man doesn't have lips or eyelashes or anything. But but his woman said, "I love him for who he is." I think the thing about it is people are looking more so for superficial rather than quality people. If you always have to lead with money, your time your time as a man is going to be hard. If you're fine with leading with money, be prepared. You're always going to be shelling out money, and you're always going to have the superficial. Ladies, understand this: if you're only dealing with a man for money, understand this: he's not seeing you as a lady. He's seeing you as a source, just an outlet, just literally something to have fun with. But when he's done with you, you are replaceable. This is why, and I might have to one day do a piece. I might have to hit up Aircraft Sparky, Trailer, a few other men, and literally we're going to probably have to talk on if you leave with your wallet, you're doomed to fail. No, you're right. It is a transaction. I would agree on it. If you're going by, and we're going over transactional relationships, and that's literally something that is a real thing. Transactional relationships is literally y'all are only in a bonding agreement because of transactions. So long as you have money, the relationship is still valid. When the money dries up, the relationship is gone. It dries up. Sometimes, and this is the thing about it. This is the thing about it. People who, gentlemen who actually acquire a woman off of the quality of their own standards are happy, very happy, because we don't have to fake the funk. We don't have to fake the funk. What you see is what you get. We don't have to be no more or no less. We just have to be ourselves. And that is a beauty. That is one of the things about it I learned in life. When I present who I am as a gentleman before a woman, I don't try to be anything more than what I am. What I am, what I got, how I am, and what I intend to be. And I present that before the woman. And how the lady chooses to entertain or actually say, this is what I like. And it usually I am pretty I would say for myself, I am a catch. I don't care what nobody says. As a gentleman, if you know you have a grand quality about yourself, you are a catch. Because let's be honest, there's not a lot of gentlemen out there. They can say there's a lot of sex out there, there's a lot of penis out there, but quality gentlemen, there's not a lot of that. There's not a lot of quality gentlemen. And see, that's a reality. No matter what they may tell you, they can say, "Oh yeah, I can go get sex anywhere." I want you men to understand that. Yes, they can tell you, "I can get sex anywhere," but can they get a quality man? That's a different story. Oh no! Before I even had that, I was I was a boxer. Um, what else did I do? I was a manager at a store. I was a mechanic. I was a plumber and a welder. Mm. Very well put, Jay. I do have VA benefits. I guess that does come with the package. But the thing about it is, a tramp can't benefit off of my VA benefits. If you are my wife, you can. I think you get, but I got VA. I got VA. The wife and the children would get TRICARE. That's the difference about certain stuff. That's the stuff about it that a lot of people don't understand. That the tramp can't get the same access that the lady of the house gets access to. Look at it in court. If you honestly are honest and you look at it in court or in society, the tramp cannot get the same access to the gentleman that the lady can. Just can't. What's going on, Nick? The the John the Johns want access to quality ladies. They want to be able to have a quality lady that can help maintain and generate a certain type of expectancy that she would for the gentleman. And so the Johns will try to critique certain ladies, like we have the guy with the perm, that women are this, women are that, they should be treated like this and that. I'm gonna tell you right now, a quality lady or woman is not going to entertain a whoremongering John. They're just not going to do it. I know we would like to say that, especially on digital media, or we'll find the snippets of those videos and certain stuff like that. But let's be for real. The reason why a lot of certain type of men get shot down is because the lady's not seeing a quality worth their time. So when they try to walk up and say, "Hey, what's good?" and all that stuff, they have to lead more so with their wallet than more so with their chauvinist, masculine behavior of being a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm wearing some tennis shoes, some Dickies. You know, I'm wearing me a nice black sleeve. You know what I'm saying? I got my hair done up and I'm out and about my purpose. Gentlemen, when you have a purpose, when you have a set standard of quality about yourself, literally your your building blocks of what you got going cannot be broken. It only can be unraveled when you allow certain types of lower standing vibrations in your circle. Whenever we would have a dinner party, most people who were coupled up, and you will have the one person, we usually don't like to invite the plus one person or the person that doesn't have anybody, because literally they don't have something or they don't have someone. I know some people don't say, well, that's messed up, but is it really? Because we don't want you to feel out. Left out. If I have to go do something like that, I usually just say, okay, let's just have a guys' night, or the women will be like, let's have a ladies' night. So they'll have their own little things going on, but it would never be somewhere let's do couples night. And then that one straggler just comes along, so it's like three couples and one person sitting there like, yeah, I'm having a good time. Like, woo, like no, like I think it's better if we just go in peers. So when you have an elevation of that, I mean, like I say, for a lot of y'all, you definitely want to have it. Negative energy promotes a negative environment. I agree with you. There's so much on that trailer. I would never want to hang around a John that has a certain outlook about his environment and the people around us. I would never want that around me. Like I probably would have a blast with me and Trailer. We going out, grabbing a bite to eat. We going out there probably to the guitar shop, or you know what I'm saying, we go look at some podcast equipment. You know, we can go out there and be men. And we can do that in our own right. Versus having to go out there with a dude who has a negative outlook on life. F these F these tramps and these type of things. And now I'm like, okay, dude, like if you're gonna be a buzzkill all afternoon, listen, man, I think the most we can do is just say hi and bye. I'll see you later. Because you're not gonna lower my vibration of a standard of what I want. So you guys, I thank y'all for coming through. I thank y'all for entertaining, being allowed for me to entertain y'all and give y'all some good information. BMT. Thank you guys. Peace.